Charlie Sheen is an American actor who grew into fame in the 1980s, where he took up roles in movies like Platoon, Wall Street, and Major League. His real name was Carlos Estevez, but he took up the stage name Charlie Sheen in the early stages of his career. He was born on September 3, 1965, to actor Martin Sheen and singer Janet Templeton. Jane was of Irish and English origin, while Martin was of Spanish and Irish ancestry. He grew up in a family of actors where his father was a well-known actor, and his brother Emilio Estevez also pursued a career in the same field. Charlie Sheen's first featured in the unreleased horror film Grizzly II, The Predator, that was filmed in Hungary in 1983, but they never completed or released it. But his official debut was in the Cold War thriller Red Dawn in 1984, which was directed by John Milius. The film became a commercial success and it featured a young cast that also included Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, and Jennifer Grey, who made fighting the Soviet forces seem so amusing. He then starred in the Vietnam War drama Platoon in 1986, which was directed by Oliver Stone and received praise from critics and 4 Academy Awards. Sheen's performance as Chris Taylor in the film was praised and painted him as a serious dramatic actor. After the success of Platoon, Sheen went on to appear in high-profile films like the Wall Street drama Wall Street in 1987 alongside Michael Douglas, and the baseball comedy Major League in the year 1989. Sheen also starred in the parody films Hot Shots in 1991 and Hot Shots Part 2 around 1993, which showed his talent for comedy. In Wall Street, Sheen played the ambitious and morally conflicted stockbroker Bud Fox, who crosses paths with the merciless and wealthy Gordon Gekko, played by Michael Douglas. The film was a success and earned Douglas an Academy Award for Best Actor. In Major League, on the other hand, Sheen played the character of Rick Wild Thing Vaughn, who was a flamboyant pitcher and had a wild streak who helps lead his team to a big win. The film was a box office hit and led to a sequel, Major League II, in 1994. Sheen's talent in comedy was seen in the Hot Shots films, which spoofed popular action movies of the day, such as Top Gun and Rambo. He played the role of Topper Harley, who was a skilled and lively fighter pilot who gets mixed up in shady adventures. The films became a big box office success, which majorly contributed a lot in solidifying Sheen's reputation as an actor with a great sense of humor. Charlie also starred in the action film Navy SEALs in 1990, which was directed by Louis Teague. The film became a great success, grossing over $25 million at the box office. However, it got negative reviews from critics who called out Sheen on his performance and the film's portrayal of the Navy SEALs. The film is about a group of elite Navy SEALs in the middle of a mission to prevent a terrorist organization from getting Stinger missiles. Regardless of the negative reviews, the film is still a cult classic among fans of action movies. He tried the military movie thing again in Cadence, which was directed by his father, but it still did not impress most people. The film was about a group of military prisoners who fight against their abusive guards. Despite the collaboration of the 2 family members, the film got mixed reviews and was not commercially successful. Some critics were happy with Charlie and Martin Sheen performances, while others weren't contented with the film's plot and direction. While Cadence was not a success, it is recognized as the only feature film that Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen have made together. Charlie was fortunate to work with legendary actor and filmmaker Clint Eastwood in the 1990 film The Rookie. In the film, Sheen had the role of a young police officer who is paired up with Eastwood's character, a veteran cop, where they solve a number of murders. The film got mixed reviews, but it had still been a major opportunity for Sheen to work with an iconic name in Hollywood. In addition to acting alongside Eastwood, he also had the opportunity to be directed by him in the film. Eastwood is a highly respected and established director, having directed such great films like Unforgiven, $1 Million Baby, and Mystic River, and many others. Working with him was one-of-a-kind learning experience for Sheen as an actor. Charlie Sheen's personal life often always outweighs whatever he does on the screen. Like in 1990, while engaged to actress Kelly Preston, he accidentally shot her in the arm with a .22 caliber pistol. Sheen reportedly told the cops that he had been removing a pair of trousers, which had the gun in the pocket when it accidentally went off. Preston was rushed to the hospital and treated for a flesh wound, and the couple eventually broke off their engagement later that year. Preston went ahead and got married to John Travolta in 1991. Sheen to date expresses regret over the incident and called it the biggest regret of his life. Charlie had a long history of substance abuse, which dated back to his early days in Hollywood. He had been accused of assaulting his ex-wife, Brooke Mueller, which made her get a restraining order against him, and also physically and verbally abusing his former fiancé, Brett Rossi, and threatening to have her killed. He had admitted to taking drugs and alcohol since he was a teenager and had been in and out of rehab multiple times throughout his career. Charlie frequently made headlines for his wild partying and crossing paths with the law, like in 1990, as seen earlier where he accidentally shot his then-fiancée Kelly Preston. In 1995, he was also sued by a college student who claimed that the actor hit him in the head after refusing to hand him a cigarette. Sheen did not deny the charge of battery and was ordered to pay a fine and do community service. In 1996, Sheen was arrested for getting physical with his girlfriend at the time, Brittany Ashland, where he was charged with misdemeanor battery. Same as before, he did not deny the charge and was sentenced to probation and counseling. His troubles with the law went on, where he was severally arrested and involved incidents related to drugs, alcohol, and violence. In the same year, Charlie was hospitalized for a drug overdose, which was caused by a combination of drugs and alcohol. This incident went public and raised concerns about his health and well-being. Shortly after he was hospitalized, he got himself into rehab, but he didn't even finish the whole day there. He went on acting despite his substance abuse problem, where he even featured in several films like The Arrival, where his character attempts to make known about an alien invasion. However, the film wasn't a big success like Independence Day, which had a similar plot and was released around the same time. Sheen got the voice role of Charlie B. Barkin in the animated film All Dogs Go to Heaven 2, which was also released in 1996. The original film had been released in 1989 and had starred Burt Reynolds as the voice of Charlie B. Barkin. Sheen's performance pleased many since he brought out his humor and energy to the role. In 2010, he was arrested for assaulting his then-wife Brooke Mueller and was later charged with felony treats, misdemeanor third-degree assault, and criminal mischief. As always, he pleaded guilty to the charges and got a sentence of 30 days in rehab, another 30 days of probation, and 36 hours of anger management. In 2011, Sheen's behavior reached a breaking point when he was let go from the hit sitcom 2.5 Men, which emanated from a public disagreement he had with the show's creator and network executives. During this time, Sheen went on a media tour where he gave plenty of interviews in which he made controversial statements, repeatedly using phrases he invented such as Adonis DNA and tiger blood that went viral fast. Despite these personal problems, Sheen continued to work in the entertainment industry and appeared in several projects as the years went by, which included the television series Anger Management and the movie Mass Sheet Kills. However, his personal life continued to hold back his professional accomplishments, and his legacy was usually defined by his public struggles with addiction, legal troubles, and controversial behavior. Earlier in 1995, Heidi Fleiss, who was a notorious Hollywood lady, was arrested for running a high-end prostitution ring that served many wealthy and famous clients. Amidst her trial, it was discovered that Sheen had spent over $50,000 on Fleiss's call girls in a year's time. Sheen's involvement in the scandal made headlines and drew a lot of attention from the media, but he seemed to handle everything with ease. He even made a joke about it on a late-night talk show where he said that he didn't pay prostitutes for sex, but he actually paid them to leave afterward. In 2011, Sheen had been hospitalized twice in less than a month. At first, it was in January after he had suffered severe abdominal pains for which he claimed that he had a hernia, but different sources suggested that it resulted from his partying lifestyle. The second time was in October when Sheen was found naked in a hotel room in New York City. He claimed that he had suffered from an allergic reaction to medication, but the hotel staff said that he had been drinking and intoxicated. During his period, Sheen's behavior became increasingly bad, and he made a number of public statements that raised concerns about his mental health. He gave a series of uncomfortable interviews in which he talked about tiger blood and Adonis DNA, and made a number of rude comments about his ex-wife and the producers of his show, 2.5 Men. After revealing his HIV-positive status in 2015, some people looked back on his tiger blood comments, which they saw in a different light. Some took it as a coping mechanism or a way to deflect attention from his illness. Nevertheless, Sheen's public meltdown remains one of the most memorable moments of his career, for better or for worse. Despite the controversy and criticism surrounding his public meltdown, Sheen still remains a cultural icon and a figure of fascination for many people. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Charlie Sheen's life, from his early days as a rising star to his public meltdown and beyond. His was filled with highs and lows, but he still remains a great figure in the entertainment industry. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the lives of your favorite celebrities.